you. Thank you for this beautiful Christian hymn. Let's pray. Our beloved Heavenly Parent, we thank you for this beautiful day. We thank you for all the creation that you prepared for us as your children, and that we seek to take better care of. Heavenly Parent, we come before you this morning with open hearts and open mind to receive your word indeed, because your word is your love and the source of our life. And we pray that we can find a way to practice these words in our lives so that we can become the embodiment of truth ourselves, as we have seen this embodiment in Jesus 2,000 years ago, and that we have seen in our true parents today. We pray for our beloved true mother at the age of 80, who is leading the Providence as a central figure at this time, as the mother of peace and as the only begotten daughter. We pray that we can align ourselves with her guidance and that we can move the Providence forward. Heavenly Parent, still this world is full of conflict and challenges, Heavenly Parent. We pray that we can find peace within ourselves and that we can establish the peace in this world, that one day, indeed, there will be a highway that will link the entire world together, and that all nations will cooperate together to build your kingdom here on earth. Thank you so much for this day. Thank you for our speaker today. And we pray that you can speak to her, and we pray that you can be with us as we share this gathering as your children on this day. I offer you this prayer this morning in the name of all blessed central families, and our name, seldom is Sabraso, blessed central family, Jew. So thank you, and let's hear some announcement from Dr. Franco.
Thank you. Well, good morning, everybody. We had a great day the last couple of days. We had Peace Road. So before I send the report to Korea, I want to share it with you. All right. So Pierre, we have a PowerPoint. Do I control it or do you? Okay, here we go. We started off. We participated in the International Day of Peace, which was on the 21st. So, the city of Saint Laurent and the COSAL and other organizers put that together. And this year they invited us for the first time to be officially involved. And that meant that, if I could just get this working. So that was some of the crowd. That's at the very beginning. We don't have a picture of the whole crowd when they came, So with the UPA representatives, I gave a little talk about Peace Road and promoted Peace Road. This is with our ambassador for peace and city councilor, leader of the opposition, Aref Salem. And then we had Peace Road yesterday, and we had the federal member of parliament, Manuela Landropoulos, and the mayor, Alan D'Souza. We had Aref Salem again, he comes all the time. We had a representative from the provincial government, and we had the head of the Lions Club of Montreal, of this region. So this was good, and some of our illustrious ambassadors for peace and UPA representatives and others. There we are with Landropoulos and our UPF team, and these are all people from the Lions Club, you know, who are partners with us. And there is Robert Duffy giving a talk. He looks a lot younger than he does this morning, you know, he's there with a t-shirt and so forth. And Hirona Neopane, she spoke, right, and talked to us about Peace Road and the importance. And there we have some light moments speaking there. And of course, we've become very friendly with our mayor. He met Hirona not so long ago. This was a group picture with everybody. And then we had the march to launch the Peace Road pictures. And then you have the more walking, the dignitaries leading the launch. And then they took off for 12-kilometer ride, right? Wow. 12-kilometer ride. And there we are. Even one came on the rollerblade. So there's Serge and Gino and Hikari and Munyong. And actually, this young man here, Kevin, they met him just the day before, and he joined us. You know, so this is the witnessing efforts of our missionaries here, and more, right? So 12-kilometer ride all the way, and you know, I had a hard time leading these. We have to pedal fast, right? But I made it. And then we arrived in Montreal. Now, this is the group here, and we had some dignitaries there waiting for us, including a representative from City Council and a representative from the provincial government and a representative from the Interreligious Council of Montreal now. So now we have to get more people. We have such good quality people coming, but we got to get more people cycling, bicycling. Yeah. Why weren't you there? You should have been there with your bicycle, right? You should have been there with your bicycle, or at least walking, or on your rollerblades. It's good exercise. Yeah. And God blessed us with fantastic weather. Yeah. Fantastic weather. The Lions Club people were very inspired. They said, we're going to get the Quebec Association of Cyclists to join us next year. Maybe we can get 1,000 bicycles, right? Okay. So there we go. There's Isabel speaking, and Hikari spoke because Hirona had a flat tire on the way. And Hikari did very well as a substitute for Hirona, right? Next time we're going to hear from Muñoz, right? Okay? And the Lions Club, Antoine Nahas, you know, he called us. He wants to be involved. So I picked up his message and sent it to Isabel. I said, I can't understand what he's saying. And then we met him, and now he's got his whole group there. This is how it happens. Yeah. God works. And this is Pastor Celestin. He's participated in some of our WCLC activities. He's the president of the Interreligious Council. And Pierre, now you have some other special. Some videos, I think. But you're the one that has to deal with that. I don't know how. We have 3 short clips of about 30 seconds each, okay? We don't want to take time away from the speaker who has to speak like 3 hours this day, but, you know. Pierre, how's it look? Okay, so that was good, right? So I hope you, so next time, don't stay home, you know, Saturday morning with your coffee and come and ride your bike,
Here we go.
right? Okay, so this is Girona speaking. Can you share sound here?
Really wonderful. I feel this time and this place, and this event is very important for all of us. This might look small, but it's not small. Just as we know, a drop of water makes an ocean, right? So I believe that even if it's a small gathering, I believe it's
Right.
great important. It takes a great important role for the peace of the world. And I think this initiative is really important for all of us. And I'm so happy that you all are here and we're a part of this. And we're here for just a few months, for 3-4 months, but we're here for the purpose of peace. So we are here to do peace activities. So yeah, we're again so grateful and honored to be here and to meet so many amazing people here. So yeah, we're so excited and thank you.
C'est le 21 septembre, mais l'automne commence le 23. Et voilà, bien aperçu. Alors, merci à la ville de Saint-Laurent, le groupe organisateur. Chaque année, depuis 1981, ça fait 42 ans, que la Journée internationale de la paix est célébrée dans le monde entier ce jour-ci. Et l'Assemblée générale.
It's not the piece of. Yeah, there we are. All right. There's and Kevin arrived.
Whoa!
And it is after 12 kilometers of riding. And there's the leader.
All right.
We made it. Okay, thank you very much. That's the announcement for today. And we will continue. We never give up, right? To keep fighting the good fight. As you know, True Mother's coming to Las Vegas next week. So I will be going there along with Dr. Kim. I know that some of the UPA missionaries from Vancouver are going to go, and on we go. And more is happening in this coming year, in this coming month. We have a lot of witnessing activities. We have guests coming. The community is vibrant. It's all it takes is to get some young people here that are full of energy, and our 3 UPA missionaries are bringing that kind of inspiration and life here. So please support them in all that you can. I thank you so much. God bless you.
Yes. Well, thank you, Franco, for this enthusiastic report today. We can tell that the bike ride gave you a lot of vitality. So let's follow this with a song which was chosen by Chantale, and it's a video, I believe. There it is.
I keep fighting voices in my mind that say I'm not enough. Every single lie that tells me I will never measure up. Am I more than just the sum of every high and every low? Remind me once again just who I am, because I need to know. Ooh, oh, you say I'm loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I'm strong when I think I'm weak. You say I'm held when I am falling short. When I don't belong, oh, what you say of me. I believe.
The only thing that matters now is everything you think of me. In you I find my worth, in you I find my identity.
Ooh, you say I'm loved, and I can feel a thing. You say I'm strong, when I think I'm weak. You say I'm held, when I am falling short, when I don't belong. Oh, you say I'm yours. And I believe, yes, I believe what you say of me. I believe. Taking all I have and now I'm laying it at your feet. You'll have every failure, God. You'll have every victory. Ooh, you say I'm loved, and I can't feel a thing. You say I'm strong, when I think I'm weak. You say I'm held, when I am falling short, when I don't belong. Oh, you say I am yours, and I believe. Oh, I believe what you say of me. I believe. I believe. I believe.
Well, what a beautiful video of what looks like a family singing together. And so today we have the honor to hear from someone that we don't see enough of, but we know that she's active in her own way. And we're grateful that today she wanted to share a message with us. So let us welcome Chantale Viau.
Bon matin, good morning. Good morning, everyone. So yeah, I need to be near here or
Like the Zoom people.
where are they?
We have Zoom people.
Oh, so from here. Okay. Hi, Zoom people. So
The cameras over there, but you have to speak into them.
okay, speak here, look there.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
Look there, speak there.
Okay. So it tells a lot about my technological knowledge. It's nice to be here. I'm happy. Thank you, Frankie. He asked, and I responded. Yeah, so I think Francois is in Japan now with Motoka and the children for his sister's getting married. So, yeah. So I have a confession to make. I'm a little rusted. It's been a long time. I didn't speak like that, but I will do my best. And I'm happy to be here actually and share a little bit of, everything that God has stimulated me with, and I'm going to try to as logically and as artistically as possible to convey that. Hope it can touch you. So maybe just to get a pulse, like it just okay. So I have this one, right, and then I press over there, the red button on top.
Yeah.
Let's try it.
Look at that.
Okay, hey, it worked. So there's always something to be grateful for. So yeah, so I just wanted to kind of just get everybody involved. Maybe recently I've attended a few. It's called Corporate Connections. I don't know. Maybe some of you are familiar with them. They're worldwide. They're more entrepreneurs, but I was surprised that actually they do that. They have just to get kind of a feel and get everybody in sync, kind of just share one thing that they're really grateful. Could be something that you're grateful for your week, could be a word or something. I just want everybody to kind of, maybe we can go like that and just say something that you're grateful for this week. Like Reverend Thompson was saying, actually, I had the privilege this summer to receive lecture. Some of you know Reverend Thompson? Everybody?
Thompson?
Yeah, Kevin Thompson.
Yeah.
And he was saying how, whenever a group of people come together like that, actually, naturally, our hearts, our physical, like body, sink in to one another. Our hearts start beating at the same tempo. And I thought, wow, that's pretty amazing, isn't it? Like, just our physicality responds like that. But how about, to really connect, like artistically and especially, I think it's just good I would start with Melissa, maybe.
Oh. Worst person.
Something that you're grateful for. There's always, it says here, always something to be grateful for. So if you had to say a word, something that happened this week, could be a the word to you, or your daughter called, or you saw a beautiful bird in the tree, or anything. You can just
Yeah. Surprisingly, young flicker woodpecker came on my front balcony, and I spent 10 or 15 minutes watching it jump around in the grapevine. Very unusual bird to see.
beautiful, amazing.
It was.
Yeah. What picture? Something, one word, something this week that you're really grateful for, something that you feel like
I'm grateful everything. Everything and people, his people, even when I wake up each single day, and you were talking, there's always something to be grateful.
yeah. Like your voice.
Everything.
Food. Oh, me too, yes. It's a really good one. How about you, brother?
Water.
Water. Water is the rarest thing in the whole universe. It's amazing, right? We have so much of it. Like, that's an amazing thing to be grateful for. Yes. Mama?
I'm grateful for TV that provided a ping pong table we enjoyed yesterday.
Oh, very good ping pong.
White Face Mountain. I went to the top of White Face Mountain last Monday. Beautiful.
Lucky you. Yes.
I'm grateful for having 4 grandchildren.
Oh, that's precious. Yes.
I was just happy to come here this morning. And I was happy to hear when I met you just,
Oh.
I'm serious, when I met you a few minutes ago, because I'm so happy, just for this, we were doing all together.
Yes. Thank you.
You all have to speak louder.
Speak louder. Okay.
The mic won't pick it up.
Okay, so far, yeah, okay.
Hi,
I'm grateful for this sunny, nice day.
Thank you. Maybe stand up. We can hear well. I think they want to hear well at home too. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. But the young lady there. For the weather, yes. Your mom?
I'm grateful for my daughter and for my spouse and community.
Thank you, community.
I'm grateful for my wife's patience with me.
Oh, great. It's like station with him. That's yes.
I'm grateful for the help.
For the health. Thank you. Yes, we are blessed with health.
I'm grateful for this nice weather.
Great. Yes, nice weather.
Yes, I'm grateful. Yeah, this moment is now.
Grateful for the now. Yes.
Yes, I'm grateful for all the people who is here and now, and I'm also grateful for our time last night. So we hung out with some of our second gen. We went to a place called Ilumi. The place was so beautiful and it was really, really nice to hang out with the second gen and have a really, really good time together.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you for you. We're very grateful to have you. Yes, about Uncle Bob.
Okay, I'm grateful for my wife
Wow.
and that we could go to Norway last month and see a beautiful country, mountains and the rivers and the valleys and the trolls on the mountains.
You saw them?
Oh, it's from a distance.
Cousins of the leprechauns.
Well, I'm grateful for everything in my life. And particularly for being his wife.
That's beautiful. Wow, it's
My turn.
yes.
Well, since this is Yom Kippur today, where Jewish people repent and reflect, I'm grateful that I have been taught since a young age to love God and to love my wife, and that my wife loves me, and that my community loves me, and that I can also give love to them, and that we have that strength to do so. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Franco. Steph?
Yeah, so I'm grateful for my wife who plays piano every Sunday here.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm grateful for our grandson. We talk to him regularly and he smiled and I feel God is smiling at us. But also grateful for something else too. You and I are raising up a young man, Monty, he's from Nigeria, and we're teaching him the principle, and it's to teach a principle to somebody is really a precious experience. Well, as they come to understand how God is working, so that's really special.
Thank you.
I'm grateful for my husband.
Yes. Oh, my friend.
Oh, I can live.
Huh?
I can
You
live.
can ask one thing you're grateful for this week.
Oh, this week?
Yes.
Oh. This week, but for my life, I can say something.
Yes.
Okay. I'm grateful to God, to Jesus, because I was raised in Christian family. Grateful to my parents, my family, okay, to my wife, my wife's family, my kid also, okay, and my professor will teach me, okay, my friends,
that's beautiful.
my church, everywhere, okay, everybody helped me in my life. Memorial Church also. I'm grateful to come here every Sunday.
Thank you.
I didn't also.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Good. good health.
Man, I am so grateful for so many things. The one that is really fascinating for me is being able to experience, like watching my children grow and watching their consciousness develop, over time and becoming a human being. And then watching my daughter have that same experience and be equally fascinated with watching her son, become a human being. And that's just magical experience of seeing that happen.
That's a
And
magic
so
of
for
life.
me, watching, over, that whole experience, it's just so, I'm just grateful to be able to see the process.
Thank you very much. Yes. Tu peux dire en français si tu veux, là.
C'est des connaissances dans ma famille.
Merci beaucoup.
I am grateful for yesterday and the activity that we had in the morning and in the afternoon, in the evening.
Thank you.
Well, I'm grateful to be alive.
All right, thank you very much, everybody. Does that feel good? Don't you feel awesome? Yes, yes. Okay, so I just wanted us to sink in, and then to introduce my topic this morning. I was told I have 3 hours, so I can take all the time I want. Or how much time do I have?
But you have to apply for that first.
Oh, that was the little small character there. Fine print, I didn't see. Okay. So, okay, there we go. All right. So to introduce my topic today, I called upon a good friend of ours, and he was here last week. Anybody met with Guy last week?
That's right.
Yes. Wasn't it good to have him over? Yeah, we had the privilege that him and Jocelyn could actually stay the night, and then in the morning, we prepared breakfast just before Sunday service, and then my mom came, and she's also part of the Lions Club. Actually, my mom is a great, and she is also very faithful woman. And anyway, so we were having breakfast with Guy, and Guy started to share something which made us all tear up. And then I thought, wow, that's such a, and that comes into my service, but I think it's a great introduction to what we're going to talk about this morning. So I'm just going to have Pierre play this. Please listen. It's his own little story he's going to share with us. And yeah, it's good, Pierre.
Good morning.
No sound.
First off, I would like to say, before I talk to you about this experience I had, that I would really encourage everyone to put their experience on video. And one day we should put some kind of collage or collection of all these experience members had over the years and recently or old experience, but we should really put these things together. So, years ago in 2008, my dad passed away. I was actually doing the exam and doing the course to become a rail traffic controller for a CP rail at the time. And I was very sudden. My dad passed away of a heart attack, and he just fell on the ground and he was dead on impact. So that was quite devastating because we never saw it coming. My dad was in good shape, and it was very sudden that this happened. And I left the training from CP Rail, went to Lac Saint Jean for the funeral and everything, and everybody was really sad. I was very sad, and I during that time I even called my good friend Jocelyn Perron, and his advice was just basically talk to him in spirit world, and he will talk to you. And so that's what I did. I started to pray at that time for my dad, and basically I was asking him, how is he, is he okay, and in spirit world, and I just wanted to have some news because I never had a chance to say last words to him and last discussion, so I wanted to talk to him. So I prayed many days, and that happened in December that my dad passed away. And around Christmas, my whole family, just after the funeral, decided to come in Vaudreuil, where I lived at the time, and come and celebrate Christmas together as a family, which was a very sad Christmas for that year. And every time I prayed to my dad to give me some answers, I would always tell him and remind him, do not come as a ghost or as a spirit, because I'm scared of that. I would not be able to deal with this very good. So I always told him, find any other ways to contact me, but not as a spirit, please. So on Christmas Eve, I was in bed, and I was just about to fall asleep, and Jocelyn was there in the room also. So I had a dream, and in my dream I was with my mom in the house where I grew up in up north in Lac Saint Jean, called Mistassini. So we were in our old house where we grew up all our lives, and it was winter, exactly like the moment that we were in Christmas Eve. It was winter, nice little snow falling down, very peaceful. And we were both in the house, my mom and I, in the living room, and at the time in the dream we knew my dad was passed away. So we had this understanding in the dream. And at some point we see someone outside the house in the street, which was my dad. He was walking towards the house. He came at the entrance, opened the door, came in the house. He came to sit on his favorite chair right beside where my mom and I were in the living room. And I was quite surprised because he was passed away, he was dead. So when he came and sit, he looked at me and I looked at him, and I asked him, how come you're here? You're dead. And at that moment he looked at me with his big smile that he used to give us, and he said, you wanted to know how I am. Well, I'm here to tell you I'm good. Don't worry about me. I'm good, and I'm going to keep an eye on all of you. And at that moment I woke up and I could feel his presence. Still scared of spirit world, didn't want to go too far with it. I had a feeling my dad was in the living room. I was in the bedroom, in the bed, but I had a feeling my dad was in the living room. So very courageously I woke up Jocelyn, who's not so scared of these experiences, and I asked her, like, could you go check in the living room and see, I think my dad is there. And she looked at me and she said, I don't need to go. I know he's there. I can feel he's there. And so that was my experience with my dad. Basically, ask and they will answer. And they will answer the way, sometimes not always the way you want, but in the case of my dad, my experience, he answered in a way that I kind of asked him, don't show up as a ghost. And he gave me this beautiful experience, which I remember all my life. And to this day, I think I've told that story a million times to friends, so some of you might have heard it already. But just ask. Spirit world is there and will always answer you. Thank you, and have a beautiful day.
It will.
That's a good step.
So I'm sure we all, if I would have to ask you, like, I'm sure we all have stories of longing and then eventually, I think in the longing, there's also an asking. And I kind of wanted to use the stage here to share a little experience I had with the True Father. I think this is my one big experience. You know, I'm a little bit younger than some of you and a little bit older than some of you. So I had the chance one time to meet the True Father, and I kind of wanted to share that because I feel it tells a little bit about him too. And then we were in Europe and we were traveling Europe. We were a little bit like undercover. Nobody knew where we were, what we were doing, but we were doing missionary work. So at some point we got called to go to Korea. And then and before that, actually, there was this longing in my heart and this asking, like, I had all kinds of experiences, like through praying, reading Father's word, but actually I was wondering, what would it be like to really meet True Father in person, I guess? And I was kind of, getting myself boiling there to really, I really want to know, and there was this longing, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, we got called. There was a big event in Korea, and we got called to go there. And then also once there, we helped with whatever we needed to help. And then at some point, like they said, True Father is calling a leaders meeting. And so you're all invited to come. And so we were really excited with the stuff and everything. And we were getting on the bus. And as we went to get on the bus, they said, sorry, it's only Korean leader and a few appointed other leaders who can come to the meeting. So we were quite bummed out, yeah, and we were like, let's get on the bus anyway, and we'll do something else over there. And once we got there, we thought, let's sneak in, let's sneak in the big room and just pretend we're leaders, right? Like, so we're like just in our early 20s, right? There's like 5 of us girls, like maybe your age, so. So we all lined up and we said, let's go in the middle. It's going to be like, unseeming because we're going to be in the middle and by the aisle. And so we went there and then we sat down. And unfortunately, there was a few non-Korean speakers, so they had translation for us. So we put in the radios and everything. Just to share a bit, like at some point, like True Father from the front, he came walking down the aisle and then like he goes and looks at us and then, like he says, the speaker says that, I said, not all leaders are here, right? Like, and so not all of you are leaders. And then he goes like, and we're sitting on the floor, right? How you sit cross-legged on the floor, and I have my hand there. And then he comes and he puts his foot on my hand, like this, like he's pressing. And I'm like, and he says, so whoever's not leader, stand up. But he's got the foot on my head. Obviously, he doesn't want me to stand up because, I'm kind of a male there. And then he's playing with us. Yeah, he's playing with me. And I'm looking at my friends and I'm like, maybe don't stand up. And then how he used to stand like this, like with, and we're sitting on it. And he goes like, in English, he goes, spy. You're all spies, and then you put a big grin. The spies, we all spies, with a big grin. And it was funny because at that time, really, we were undercover in Europe. Nobody knew about us, but we felt we were really doing God's work because we had all this experience. The Father was supposed to come and speak, but then Germany closed down and it was not possible. And we felt, it's upon us to love the people. And we had this amazing meeting with people, just even fundraising and then, there was that whole knowing, like he knows us, like he appreciates us. There was a lot of love in that little meeting, and it was playful. It was funny, right? I was like, okay, like stand up, how, Anyway, that was it. I just wanted to share that centering on and there was that asking before and that longing. And so when we really long for something from our heart, actually, it takes place. And feel like a magician, which trick doesn't work. Oh, okay, here we go. So, as we said before, you know, like, I just wanted to bring up this again. This is Jesus, yeah? Jesus in the Bible. And I was re-looking the Bible. That section actually is called True Wisdom, you know? And it's in that section of True Wisdom. He says many things in there, but, you know, this one became like a ask, seek, and ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find, knock, and the door will be open to you. For everyone who seeks, receives, the one, for everyone who asks, receives, the one who seeks, finds, and the one who knocks, the door will be open. And then it goes on and on in that section. And at the end, it says like, don't want to paraphrase Jesus. Yes, I'm looking. Yes. Sorry for the people at home. I'm gonna use my glasses too. No glasses? No see, no see. So, yeah, and he says like at the end of that whole section, he says, so everyone who hear these words of mine and does them will be like a wise man who built his house upon the rock. So we have to practice this. And then I felt like, you know, personally, I had a lot of questions growing up, you know, and those questions were deep questions, were fundamental questions. Those fundamental questions, not everybody like, you know, I don't know, if a show of hands here, like sometimes I wonder, was I the only one? I think everybody here, you know, when you met with the true parents, like how you came to join our church, maybe not second generation, and that I have questions for you guys too, like, so what was it, you know, that hooked you? What was it that you could make a heart connection with true parents? Did you have those fundamental questions? Like you did, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Oh God, you did big time, right? Yes. And that's what drove you, that kind of longing drove you to actually find those answers within what true parents were saying.
A lot of quest.
A lot of quest. Oh, you just announced my next slide. Okay, the quest. We're connected. See that heart sync, it works. So, you know, in actually the question, you know, the first part is really quest, right? We were on a quest to find not just answer to any question, but I'm sure I would ask you, Gino, or, you know, any of you from wherever you came from, all the different countries and different, I think that's what, you know, hooked us, is that we had that kind of quest and that kind of question. So sometimes I'm wondering also about second generation. It seems to be a little different for them, and we still have to find out. So, actually, about the question, and do I really have to finish at 55? How long can I go? What's my yeah? So I don't want to overload anybody either, but maybe I can either shorten it or
keep going and go.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So anyway, like recently in my many endeavors, I came across I again at this corporate connection, I met with this lady. She was a special guest, and she centered her whole life upon a question. Her name is Karine Chantale. She's French. For those who speak French, this I got at the library. It's a book. The book, the title is La Poussière peut attendre, so the dust can wait. But actually, I haven't read the whole book yet, but I met the lady, and she gave us a presentation, just a 20-minute presentation about how question transformed her whole life. And she was also talking about how now, like, you know, asking the right questions, it's actually it's very important, and we can always, you know, I think we all ask as members, we ask profound question initially, but we can bring the asking on a whole different level. And what I see she's doing, and it's really nice. It's cute little book. It's not so big. She's talking about us, as being children of God. Like, that's her conclusion. And she has a beautiful picture in the beginning there with her husband, and he gives her the beautiful, like, he says, yeah, like, welcome to Karin's world, like, they kind of nice little lady, and she was very colorful, but she was just saying how, the question was always, the question was what led her in her life. She was maybe she was a reporter on TV, and at some point she started to ask, is that all there is? Is that all I am? Like, and then she completely changed, and she went doing something, and she keeps, and she said that the questioning ourselves and questioning life is actually one of the most nourishing things. Like, and how we pose the question and how we do it, we can embed ourselves in our relationship with others and with our spouses, with our children, and actually, not to take it for granted. But what I felt Jesus was saying in His Word, like, there's a lot of judgment in that, the wisdom, true wisdom. Actually, we have to keep asking of ourselves more. We have to, and if something is not working, then we have to question some more and write the right question, not to accuse ourselves, but how could we bring more victory here, or how can we bring more victory there? So the question is actually very central. And then she just gives that little example. She says, like, she talks about the universe, like God, like, and she plays with the universe, asking questions of the universe, with the Lord. She says, it's like when you go to the restaurants, right? There's the menu, and if you say, I just, want a steak, then you'll get, you don't specify. You get a raw steak, or if you say, I just want a coffee, yeah. But usually you say, oh, coffee, two creams, 2 sugar. My steak, I like it medium rare, not too much salt. So when you, at the restaurant, you will order, you wait, and then hopefully, usually, it comes, right? They come with exactly what you order. So she compared the universe to that, and our question, like, also help us, what do we really want? And then when you order, you wait sometimes, like Guy was saying in the beginning, it took a while, and he specified a few things, and then eventually when the moment was right, actually he got, this kind of beautiful experience with his dad, like his dad really telling him exactly he was good, he was looking over them, and so a little bit like that. And she says it's like a co-creator, like, commanding the universe, or it's our position as human beings to actually, do that. So I think, anyway, just a little parenthesis about question here. I don't want to put you off. But yeah, so and kids do that. Those who are grandparents, they do that. On average, a 4-year-old asks about 300 questions a day. Mark, who's translating, yeah, he has his grandchild there. And so that's the quality of children. Actually, they curious. They ask questions every day. But then school, aging, we kind of we settle. Yeah, we settle, and our ability to ask questions decreases with age, unfortunately. But what if we could revolutionize that and kind of restart asking questions? Like, Bob could go to his wife tonight and say, like, how can I honor you today? How can I honor your spirit, your heart? Yeah? And then wait at the answer, like okay. So anyway, I took a few pages, and I'm going to skip quickly through that. That's True Father, and that's in the book of Global Citizen. True Father had so many questions, right? Where we come from, where we're going, and then how we can. Does God really exist? Is God really all powerful? And if you look at that section, like, it's just bombarding God with questions, right? If He is, why does He just stand by and watch the sorrows of the world? If God, if God created this world, did He also create the suffering this world is in? Like, so, True Father, his heart was filled with those kind of serious fundamental questions, and he pounded at them for a long time, just like maybe many of us did, And then what happened with that, just further on in the book, actually, okay, so further down in the book, it says, you know, and when he saw the question, the frustrated, the people that came in, like, yeah, when True Father witnessed, right, he saw that people had the same questions. And then he felt, oh, their frustration was the same as mine before. And then he was able to make a connection and share those answers. And that's us, you know, brothers and sisters, that's us who responded, and he alleviated a certain suffering within our hearts, because, wow, you know, before I met the movement, I left home when I was 17, and I was traveling, I was hitchhiking, and that's my question. I would ask people, so where do you come from? Where are you going? What's your purpose in life? And I got all kinds of funny answers, you know, and funny answers. And some things, you know, was good. Some things was okay. Some things were like, what? But eventually, you know, I found the real answers, which to my heart was it, you know. So like witnessing, I don't know if any of you saw the service in Toronto last week. But yeah, anyway, if you have a chance to go look back, actually the whole Portlands and La Longue clan were there. And actually it's one of, I mean, we have many national treasures in Canada, but I think this clan is one of them. How they're actually bringing, you know, really like a, you know, witnessing people, blessing, 40 days, the whole thing. I think it's like, I'm sure you guys are doing here too. They're doing as a family, and then he had the whole congregation there. It was beautiful. If you have a chance to sing, they're singing songs together, and then yeah, so you know, our witnessing. So you know, if you look up on the fundamental question on Google, it says basically they're endlessly unanswerable. Those fundamental questions. So artificial intelligence, you know, they're not gonna do it for us. So I'm really glad we had the two parents to kind of guide us this way. Okay, so about questions. You know, again, from this lady, questions are the new answers. And you know, now at Silicon Valley, they're hiring people, like, you know, large number of people. They're the best questioners in the world. It's amazing, right? And they hire them, why? To ask them questions. Because what happens when you ask questions is like, you get really creative. You know, they do a quest storm. Actually, one question after another, they question the drills. Like even we tried it, our like just 4 minutes. Okay, so what would it take for us to go to that net level? And then people are like, it's like the boundaries go down, and then you can actually, your creativity is allowed to surge. So, you know, it's an art to develop actually, develop the right kind of question, and don't give the answer, but actually read it. So yeah, Pixar also, their best production. Pixar, you know, they do they do all kinds of great, like Disney, Pixar, like cartoons for kids. Some of the best successes was like after this guy, this Hal Gregerson, went and had those sessions. Like people got really creative and created like amazing movies. So yeah, I have more, but that's a little bit. Can I? How much more time, Franco? Can I have? Can I have another?
I'm curious.
Yeah. 4 minutes.
Go.
I can go? Okay.
Not 2 more hours.
No, but about 10 more minutes?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, so Pierre, you can play just the 5 first minutes of this one. Okay, this is a lady from her title was, maybe I'll tell you the title before. See if you can catch the title. Ask better questions to build better connections. Her name is Amber. The first 5 minutes is good here. The first 5 minutes from the very beginning.
Dr. Martin.
Yes.
As many parents of school-aged children can probably relate to, I was once lost in the land of good with my 9-year-old daughter. When she started elementary school, I was so excited for her, for us, as she was embarking on this new journey. And every day with that excitement in my eyes, I'd pick her up and I'd say, "So, how was your day today?" And without fail, she'd shrug her shoulders and say, "Good." And then I'd say, "Okay, what was good about it?" "I don't know, it was just good." Naturally, I wanted to know more. I was so curious about what was happening in her little life. How was she liking her teacher? And was she getting along with her friends? And what was her favorite subject? And looking back on it now, I don't know how I thought I was going to get all of that by simply asking, "How was your day?" But ultimately, I was in search of an opportunity to connect with her, an invitation of sorts to join her on this journey of big girl school, as we called it, that she was embarking on. But I wanted to do that in a way that didn't feel like a daily interrogation. So I sat with it for a while, and then one day it all just kind of changed. We are driving home, and I say, "Tell me, what was the best part of your day today?" She said, "Oh, my best part?" I said, "Yeah, your best part. Like, what made you smile the hardest today?" She stops and she thinks about it and she says, "Oh, I know. The best part of my day was getting to play handball after school with my friends." "Really?" I said, "I didn't know you knew how to play handball." She said, "Oh, yeah, it's a fun game. You throw this ball and you do like this." Now she's giving me instructions from the back seat on how to play handball, not knowing that her own mama played handball, tetherball, and dodgeball when I was a kid. And I share that with her, and she's so surprised. She can't believe it. And we have a short but riveting conversation on after school activities. And that kind of became a new thing between us, and it's something that we still do to this day. And I ask her, "What was the best part of your day today?" And it has ranged from eating cinnamon rolls in the cafeteria to practicing violin to going to the computer lab, which she loves to do more than anything. And just like that invitation I had been longing for into her life, I finally received, all by asking a better question. And it's that interaction that I consider to be the path to connection, real connection with real human beings through real conversation. As a communication expert and certified life coach, my life's work is built around this idea that the quality of your life is directly influenced by your ability to communicate with confidence and with clarity. Part of being a good communicator requires that you are an active listener. Part of active listening requires that you ask questions. But I want us to go deeper. I want us to ask good questions, the juicy kind, that can help us go deeper faster with the people in our lives. In the 15th edition of their textbook, Looking Out, Looking In, authors Adler and Proctor state that questioning helps us to do more than just gather information like data and facts and details. It can also help us learn what people are thinking, how they're feeling, and in some cases what they want. And that I consider to be the secret sauce to developing relationships that add value to our lives and fulfill us. To be clear, I define a better question simply as one that demonstrates genuine curiosity, but without being too intrusive. And when we can strike that balance, that's when we can shatter the perceptions that we have of other people and that in some cases people might have of us. Take my former student Khalid, for example. I was an adjunct professor in communication studies for about 8 years. And over the course of that time, I realized that a good number of my students had never had a Black teacher before in their lives ever, let alone a Black female professor in college. So it wasn't lost on me that by me showing up in all of my glory on the first day of class would impact how some of them perceived me and in some cases how they experienced me, as was the case with Khalid, a young Black male. This night in class, we are brainstorming persuasive speech topic ideas, and it's his turn to share with me what he's going to give his speech on. So he comes to my desk and he kind of plops down in the chair, and I said, "So tell me, what are you thinking about your topic for your persuasive speech?" And he says, "I think I'm gonna do mine on recycling." And I said,
Okay. Good? Yes. So, so yeah, asking better questions builds deeper connection. I don't know if it talks to you, but it surely talks to me. I have a lot to learn along that line of to really connect deeper with people, not to take anything for granted, but actually really seeking. Like if the answer is really in the question, then I have to put a lot of love and a lot of intention, really a lot of heart into the building, whether it's with my husband or with my children. And I found that was pretty helpful. So what was the best part of today? With my child, oh, just already that, like it puts her in her best part. Oh, yeah, best part today? Like, so, okay, so then naturally it comes out and then it gives way to more and more like, okay, so we're connected. We're talking, we're going somewhere. As if I just say like, so how was today? Today, it's too vague. So we need to be a little bit more crafty, a little bit more like intentional with our communication skills. And so, yeah, so I find, again, Jesus's word that, ask, but how to ask, and practice that asking, the curiosity, but without being too invasive. It's a kind of, yeah, it's a gauge. So yeah, I guess in conclusion, I don't want to lose you here, but in conclusion, maybe I will just end with that, like maybe something for you to practice, maybe getting more curious about your yourself first, and then your relationship with others, and practice that maybe this week to seek to ask better questions, even maybe in your relationship with God too. That can be that was a little story, but maybe that can be for some other time. Like maybe I will end here. That's good. Shall I invite somebody first? Should I pray? I pray? Okay. Please join me in prayer. Beloved Heavenly Parent, thank you so much for giving us this day, this week. It's Sunday, and many churches and many brothers and sisters, many people gathering. You could think of this North America, people are gathering on Sunday and really trying to seek a better unison with you, and with everything we've been granted, everything we know, we really want to be seeking that more than ever. So please really guide each brother and sister here at home to be inspired and be touched by your love this day and for the whole week, and that we can seek to really better ourselves, that we can use really our longing heart, our intention, and our curiosity to build a better connection with the world around us, with our family members. Really care, show your love. We need to become really good at loving and caring for you and for nature, but also most especially for our children, grandchildren, our spouses, and our families. So, yeah, please really guide everyone in all your multitude of ways. We love you, and we pray this together as a community. I report this in my name. May you bless the family.
Well, thank you so much, Chantale, for engaging us this morning to express our gratitude and sharing this beautiful testimony from Guy. He was here last week, but I knew about his father's passing, but I didn't know about the spiritual experience he had. So it was very nice to hear, and also about stimulating us to ask better questions one way of witnessing is by engaging people to ask them questions, about meaning of life and, going through a survey. That's how we can meet people and connect with them anyway. Yes, so thank you so much. And so we hope to see you more often. And if not, we have to go visit you in Saint Jacques, right? Like you did last week. So let's conclude with the song. And that will be Light of Grace. And I'd like to call upon Elder Bob again with Light of Grace. We don't have enough of Bob yet, so.
All right.
For the fourth of, we do it.
We sing? Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh, I'm transporting someone.
So yeah, thank you. And